Hi, my name is Bianca and today I want to talk to you about moving to Valencia. We have moved here because we wanted a better climate, warmer climate, and we wanted to eat more local food and to have a life here. We want to build a house and to grow a garden in a permaculture way and to get more self-sustainable, close to self-sustainable. And I want to talk to you about this because I know it might help someone so you don't have to make the same mistakes we did. First of all, we have rented a room in an apartment with Airbnb for 1 month because we wanted to rent an apartment further on before we build our house. And that's how I started looking for apartments, because when you look from Netherlands, that's where we lived before, you have to see the apartment, and most of the agencies ask you to be here in Spain. There are multiple websites where you can find apartments for rent, and there are quite a few. One of them is En Alquiler, the other one is Fotocasa, Mil Anuncios, and Idealista. This I found that are the best ones. There's a rule in Spain: when you rent apartment from an agency, you have to pay 1 month a fee for them because they are finding apartment for you. But on the other side, there are many people that post their listings as private and they have an agency looking for someone to live there. So apparently there's no rule. It took us 1 month to find an apartment because we had a bit more criteria. We wanted balcony and we wanted to rent it for 6 months. That's because we are looking for a plot where to build our house. And that was an impediment because most of the agencies look for a person that rents for at least 1 year. And we didn't know that. I think it's possible to find an apartment within 1 or 2 weeks if you're going to rent it for 1 year. And another thing that we found out afterwards is that you can cancel the contract. So let's say you want to live there for 6 months and then you cancel it because you found another place. Then you have to pay 1 month fee. And I think that's okay, that's reasonable. Another mistake we did was not making appointment for NIE, that is Número de Identidad de Extranjeros. It takes a while to get appointments, so make sure that you do it on time, even before you move here. If you maybe have a friend that has an address here, or maybe you already have an address, a contract or something, because you need that number for opening a bank account or even for buying a house or a car, whatever. So make sure you make that appointment in time, and I will put a link in the description for it. There are many pros and cons of living here in Spain that we have noticed. We lived here for 1.5 months, and some of the cons, I'll start with the cons, are being a Romanian. It's not a good thing here in Spain because most of the Romanians that live here are, from what I heard, are not rich. And I think it's because Romanians are confused to be gypsies. There are a lot of gypsies looking in the trash bins here, and most of the people know them as Romanians. Yes, they come from Romania, but it's not the same. Another con is that water. You have to buy water in plastic bottles. That's a big minus. We are now looking for some filters because it's not only the water for drinking, but it's also affecting the bodies. For example, my hair is, I've grown it for 1 year and it was perfectly fine. And since we get here, it like got split ends, like 10 centimeters or something. And that's a really big minus. Organic food is more expensive, or at least the same price as in Netherlands or in Denmark. That's where we lived before, and Romania, of course. Other cons are the apartments. The buildings are not really quality constructed. The walls are really thick, so you can hear everything from the neighbors, or the neighbors can hear you really well. People don't speak Spanish, and that's a big minus when you're looking for apartments. It's really difficult to find someone that speaks English. So you have to learn a bit of Spanish before you get here. Another cons is that trees, there are a lot of citrus trees, orange trees that they're not edible, they're just for decoration. And from what I read, it's because that the soil is really lacking nutrients, so the tree will focus on making the blossoms and the oranges, but they're not tasty at all. They're not sweet, and they're quite bitter and dry. I opened one, it was really dry and not appealing to you. But there are also a lot of pros. Fruits. There are many fruterias here. On every corner you can find fruits and veggies. They're not organic, but they're really cheap. On the other side, the apartments are really cheap to rent compared to Denmark and Netherlands again. So you can find one apartment like we have, 3-room apartment for 425 euros per month. And by the way, we found our apartment through private, so we didn't have to pay for the agency. The public transport is cheaper, the local one. So you have metros and buses and Valencia. You can rent a bike for 1 year, and it costs a maximum 30 euros per year. The condition is that you take the bike from the pickup point, you bike for half an hour maximum. After that you have to pay, and then you deliver it to another point. Yeah, I think I covered everything, and let me know if you have any questions, comments, leave them below, and subscribe if you want to know more about our life in Spain and how it's going to be from now on. Bye!